Hey all, this is Dave, and today's big hairy idea is what labels do you put on yourself? So it's an interesting day in the Mason family. We're sitting around kind of anxiously waiting for our son to get home, who we're eager to see because we haven't seen him since Sunday. And the reason is because he started high school. And the way things work in Israel is a lot of the boys, almost all of his friends, go off to boarding schools. But unlike boarding schools elsewhere in the world where you just send them off and they're gone for months at a time, here they're gone 4 nights out of the week. They're home 3 nights out of the week. It's not quite the same thing. So it's kind of half there, half here. But when we sent him off on Sunday, we really said to ourselves, "Hey, we now have the label. We're now empty nesters." And we kind of said it somewhat tongue in cheek because we're not. He's home 3 nights every single week. We're still very much actively involved parents. He's only 14 at this point. But there is something about that. There is something about being an empty nester. There's something about that label. It's been a shift. Suddenly there's one left person to be feeding and getting up in the morning and making sure he's doing all of his things. Like, we're not on top of him the way we were for the past 14 years, and it's giving us a certain amount of freedom to say, okay, well, we've got this extra bit of time now that we're not parenting each day. In fact, we call him up, we're eager to touch base, and he's like, "How are things?" He's like, "Fine, good." And yeah, that becomes our whole conversations for the day. We're not getting all of this information. We're not so actively present in the day to day, and we're very much looking on catching up now and really getting that contact up there. But this label of being empty nesters, it's kind of hitting our mindsets, getting us thinking, okay, all this new time, all this new opportunity, what do we want to do with ourselves in this new role that we suddenly find ourselves in our lives? And to me, it's just a time to stop and think about, well, what are some of these other labels that we kind of stick on our backs and we say about ourselves that I am this, I am that, I am for myself, I'm an author, I am a CEO, I'm a father, I'm a husband, now I'm an empty nester as well. It's this different role and this different identity. And it's kind of my question to you today. Like, what are the labels that you wear, either proudly or because somebody stuck them onto your back? And how do those labels impact how you see yourself and how you see your whole role in the world?